Okay. Hello everyone. It's Mangaka again. It's gonna be a little scuff video. I'm on my laptop right now, so I don't have access to my nice microphone and everything, but I literally cannot contain my excitement and my woes about this. So Team Ninja announced on their Twitter page that they've released a patch to fix some issues, and the patch notes have this. So there was some settings that would not appear if you selected a resolution, and there was also some bugs where the game soft locked you. I'm not sure what those were, but good on them. But then the real spicy thing is that they said, based on the feedback received, we are preparing a patch aimed for release in mid-February with some balance adjustments and additional features. And this just is kind of crazy. Like we live in an era, a world where Ninja Gaiden gets balance patches, and I'm not entirely sure what this could be. I think some speculation is that they're going to change like the game balance to be more like how the original Ninja Gaiden 2 was. So instead of having few enemies that do a lot of damage and are really resilient, i.e., they like drop out of your combos, they dodge or block you. Instead, it's ramping up the enemy count and being a lot more squishy. Um, there are a few things I do hope to see. I think it would be worth it to have a mode like that, and we don't know what this would look like if they're going to change like the base flavor of the game, or if they're going to add in a mode where it's like you're playing like Ninja Gaiden 2. Because I know a lot of people have kind of been like, oh, it's based off like the Sigma release. Um, and a lot of people have been very vocal about being bummed out by that. And I think it'd be appropriate to have like a version that does play more like the original Ninja Gaiden 2. And hell, I mean, there's things I wish that were in this version, and the fact that they were saying that they could add stuff. Because they also say they're adding features, right? So additional features. This could be like co-op mode because right now I think the tag team mode is just a single player mode. I don't know if there's online co-op, but I don't think there is. They could put some weapons back in that got cut, like the incendiary shuriken, the windmill shuriken. They could possibly bring back like the puzzles, quote unquote puzzles. Basically, you had to get keys and stuff to progress to the level. This could do a lot of things, and honestly, it kind of puts me at a weird point where I'd like to finish my playthrough of the Master Ninja mode and do the walkthrough on it, but they could very well like literally change the game, which means I would just have to remake it again, which honestly I wouldn't mind doing. I love this game and it's great to see it back. But the fact that we live in an era where Gaiden you can get balance patches, it's kind of crazy. Like that just kind of shocks me. I'm also um so things I'm hoping for. Let's actually break this down, right? I'm hoping that they do add things that make it a little more like the original Ninja Gaiden 2. I think having modes where it's like you get like a horde mode or changing the balance so like it's more of that like enemy spam style would be great. One thing I definitely want to see is some old enemy behaviors returning. I haven't had a chance to talk about this, but the werewolves are still programmed like Sigma 2, where there wasn't limbs all over the ground, so they don't throw anything at you. I think it'd be very cool and something that kind of enhances the difficulty of those areas if the werewolves can pick up and throw body parts at you again. It's a little weird that they don't do that right now. So hopefully that's like a feature that comes back. I think that would be a change that makes sense. I wouldn't mind seeing the key items return, I guess, but it's also not the most important thing to me. It's just like whatever, but who knows? Maybe that will be something that just sort of adds to like the feeling of exploring because it does feel a little bland just going between levels and you're not really looking for anything in between fights. But that one's like less important to me. There's some people asking for like some of the Sigma bosses back, like the statue fights. I think they'd be cool in some modes, but I'm not really too big on those. Like I don't need to fight the Statue of Liberty immediately after fighting Alexei or the Buddha statue in Chapter One. So I don't care if those bosses make a return, but I guess having the option to play them again would be cool in some way. I definitely would love to see like the range combat reworked a bit, so you can have like ultimate arrow UTs again, because the Howling Cannon is just a nothing weapon. And it would be cool to have incendiary shurikens for Ryu. It would be cool to have the windmill shuriken again for Ryu. Just more things to do. I think would be really cool. Um, I'm actually a little interested to see if they would also do like balance changes to the weapons, right? Like if they would try to buff up some ultimate techniques that are a little weak, right? Like some of the level ones in the game that just don't delim at all. And maybe that's something that changes if they adjust the balance of like the enemies. Um, or if they even nerf any weapons. Because I genuinely think that like the staff weapon and its 360 UT is incredibly strong. I don't know if it's something that would like deserve a nerf. But that's something where I'm interested to see if that would be a direction that they take any of this stuff to. It's just kind of crazy. Now all of a sudden I want to play more Ninja Gaiden, and the fact that we're gonna get a rebalancing of the game that could open up some stuff. It's just very interesting to see. So I'm excited to see what happens there. I'm going to continue on playing through Master Ninja mode and making my guide as is. But if the balance patch changes stuff, I'll like just keep the old videos up and then make new videos for any sort of new difficulties or changes. I think like the best of both worlds would be like you have options to choose. Hey, do you want to play through the Sigma style campaign or like the OG campaign? There are a bunch of things from the OG I definitely don't want to come back. Like I think the Quetzalcoatl, like the double Quetzalcoatl fight in the Heart of Darkness chapter just does not need to exist. I think the Dark Dragon fight is a much better fight. I also think that there's some weapons and features that just don't need to come back, like the spear gun and the water combat in the Aqua Capital, and where you have to mash on jellyfish. And well, if they do come back, like scale that down. Like no one needs to sit there and mash circle for like 20 years. And definitely don't bring back that underground worm fight. That's just absolutely atrocious to try and play through. Like that was just not fun game design. Anyways, we'll see what happens. It's kind of crazy to think that this is the timeline that we're living in. Not only is there Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, but now it's getting balance changes. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, that's a quick update and a little reaction from me. I'm going to bed. Catch y'all later.